I hope you all have had a good weekend. I have. The other day, I decided I wanted to do a little bit of experimentation. I am very new to watercoloring, so I wanted to play with some of the colors that I have. I did like a little swatch page here. I wanted it to be autumn colors, So at first I started with the Paul Rubens professional palette that I have, and I just couldn't get the colors really that what I was, had in my head what I wanted with the Paul Rubens. Even though they are gorgeous, I love them, but I wanted them a little bit more fall looking, So then I decided I would go with my Winsor Newton Cotman that I have. And at first I was, going to go with like some greens and stuff like that. And then I thought, maybe just stick to the three primary colors, a blue, a red, and a yellow. So I tried the reds in the palette first, and I knew that blue was definitely not the blue I was looking for. The blue that I ended up going with is that one, and that is indigo. And then the red is the Indian red in the kit. And then I went with the yellow ochre for the yellow. So those are the three colors that I decided to go with. And there I'm just still trying to make sure those were the three that I really wanted. And I will end up doing a color wheel on these just to mix them to see what they look like on the color wheel. And that will be the next thing that I show. And the red I goofed up. I put the main red in the middle, which I should have started left and went right to go lighter. But my thought was on the color wheel, I'll put the saturated color first, and then I will just keep using water and making it lighter for the different tones of the primary colors. And then I will add the different yellow and blues to the color I'm working with. So like for instance, right now I'm working with the red, so I added just a little bit of blue to the red. I wanted it to have more red in it to see what that color would be when I mixed those two together. And then I will end up mixing the blue, and then I will end up now, because I have the red on there, I have more blue than I do red. So that will give us that deep purple color with the indigo and the Indian red. And then I will just move now onto pure blue, and this is what it will look like most saturated. And then I add a little bit of water to get the mid-tone to it, and then I'll even add more water to that to get the lighter color that you can create with it. And then I will end up putting the red with yellow, with the yellow ochre, and more of the blue than the yellow, right? Because now we're in the blue section, and that turned out to be a really pretty green. It's like a grayish green, And then I put black on the wheel just to have it, and I put it in the palette, but I never really did use the black. I never mixed the black with the other colors, but I did put it on just in case I wanted to do that. Now I'm going with the straight yellows to see what the tones will be once I use those colors up. And this yellow is, it's yellow ochre, so it's not quite as bright, but I really do like it, especially for fall colors. I think that these three colors really look pretty together. Now I'm going to create the green. I'm creating more yellow with a little bit of red to see what kind of orange color, and it's more of a peachy color with that. And then I will add more red to that yellow to get the colors of those two. So my whole thinking was I'll do the primaries, and then I'll just add more of one than the other to see what colors we get. And then the last one will be more of the yellow and a little bit of the blue, and that green is gorgeous. I loved that green as well. It was a really pretty green. So, I mean, if you have the 3 primary colors, of course everyone knows this is color theory. If you have the 3 colors, you can create any color really that you need if you have the 3 colors. So I'm using my Paul Rubens sketchbook or watercolor sketchbook here to do this on, and I just wanted to go free flowing. I didn't have really anything in my mind. I just knew I wanted to have each color on there in some sort of a flower, you know, that had its pure color on there. And then I just wanted to mix the different colors to create leaves and little, you know, filler stuff on the page with the different colors. So I will start with blue, and these flowers are just blobs really, because I will end up going over it with ink because I really do like that. I like to kind of just put blobs on the page and then do doodling over it. It makes me happy, so I like doing that. So that is what I decided I wanted to do today. And so you see I just did the blue, and now I'm working with the red and just creating the main focal flowers, I guess you would say, on the page. And then I will do the yellow, the yellow ochre on there, just to have our 3 main focal flowers. And then I'll just start mixing different colors. I will mix I wanted to do all of the colors, so the page gets kind of a little crowded, I guess you would say, but it was an experiment. This is in my sketchbook. It's for me to see and now for you to see, but it's just something to have fun with, to experiment with, not take too seriously. So now I've done the red with the blue to create this beautiful color. I really, really liked that color a lot. And the other one was the yellow and red to make that peachy color, almost like wheat looking. It was more of the yellow than the red, and that behind the red flower there. And I'm just having fun, just dibbling, dabbling, and just creating just leaves. And now I've added more blue to get more of a blueberry color, I guess you would say, on there with the red. And it's just fun to play. If I don't know, I just like playing. I like experimenting. So, but I'm going to be quiet now, and I'm going to let y'all just watch what I do. If anything exciting happens, I'll jump back on. Oh, I will say that little part that I just put above that yellow flower, in the end, I just kept fiddling with it because what I put on there really didn't make me happy with it. And so I'll keep playing with it. So that was not my favorite thing to do. I wish I would have put like little leaves or something on it. But when I did it with the paint first, I thought, well, I can fix it with the ink. And it really, so that's my least favorite thing. Now, right there, that green leaf I did over in the left upper corner, it starts to bleed a little bit with the red there. I believe that's going to happen. And when it does, it creates such a beautiful, beautiful color. I love it. I love it. That's my favorite part about this whole painting, is that upper left corner up there. Right now, it's not happening right now, but it will by the end of the video. Or maybe it's right there. I don't know, but it's up there. There it was, right there when I did that one flower. You see how it's kind of melding into that light. Now, I did add, what are these? Splatters. And I think this is where I went wrong. I probably should not have done that because that made this really busy. I think if I would have just left the splatters out, it would have been a lot better. But I love splatters. And like I said, it's an experimentation page. This was for me, well, and for you. But I think it just made it a little bit too busy. But, you know, it is what it is. It's just a fun page to do. And now I'm going with my Paul Rubin metallics to kind of, I don't know, like I said, I was just experimenting. These really, in my opinion, they didn't do anything for the painting. They didn't make a difference. What I tried to match the flowers with the paint, as you can see, and it just ends up not making it a big deal. So to do it over again, I probably would not use the metallics on the flowers themselves because it really didn't do anything. But I will end up using them to put a little bit like on the page itself. And when I did that, I liked that look. It, you know, gave it a little bit extra texture on the page, so that I would do. But as far as like putting it on the flowers, I don't think so. Like here when I'm putting these little dots on, I really did like that look. I think that did something for the painting. So and now I'm going to be using the ink part of the page, and I'll use my Signo gel pen here to do a little bit of just doodling on the painting. I'm still kind of new to doing this as well, and I just kind of thought, hey, lines would look good here, white would look good on the blue, and so it's just kind of intuitive, I guess. There's no rhyme and reason why I chose what I chose to do. I just thought that it ended up, you know, looking pretty cool to have lines and then like little dots up at the top. And yeah, it's just fun to play and doodle. And I'm going to be using some different pens that I have. I think I got these out of scroller boxes, and this is like a light gray that I really, really liked. It's kind of like gave it a graphite look a little bit. And then I'm using the dark gray, but in a lighter or in a thinner nib. And here, this is what I was talking about earlier on this little twigs. Because in my head I thought, well, I could just put like maybe little berries on that twig. That's what I thought when I first painted it. But then when I started to use my pens, it quite didn't translate, I guess, what I had in my head. So I'm not really happy with that part of the painting, but everything else on the painting I really, really, really like. I think I know it was fun to do, and that was the main reason I wanted to do this, was just to play with color, to mix colors up, and just to experiment and to just doodle and have fun, be stress-free with it, and just, you know, do what I wanted to do. So I really, really had fun with this painting. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that maybe you learned a little something about, you know, even color mixing and just doodling and just stuff like that. Just have fun. Just have fun. That is the key to everything. It doesn't have to be perfect. This is not going in a museum. It's not realistic. Again, if you're new to my channel, I do not do realistic paintings at all, because that's just not my style. I like the whimsical style. I like the loose style. If I wanted realistic stuff, I would have become a photographer. But I like just using my imagination and interpreting things in my own creative way. So, well, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to say goodbye, and y'all can finish watching and listening to some music. I'm glad to be back. I'm feeling really good. Oh, we did get a new puppy. So in the future, if you hear little background noises, it might be her. She's sleeping right now. But she just had her checkup, and she's doing really, really good. She's another German Shepherd. And yeah, it's kind of weird, kind of different. I still miss Sasha a lot. And the first couple of days, the puppy made me miss her a lot again, you know. But I'm falling in love with her, so. All right, y'all. Thanks so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. If you like the video, please, please, please like it and share it. It just will help my channel to grow, and I would appreciate it so, so much. All right, y'all. Y'all be good to one another, and talk to you later. Bye.